Hey guys, how you doing? This is your instructor Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCray. I'm so excited to be able to share with you guys some new tips on how to create art, hip-hop art at home. Before we get into the art and the creativity, guys, watch this quick video about arts and education, why arts and education is important. Hey, how you guys doing? This is Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCray. You guys might know me. I have a couple different books. I'm a national known speaker and also an artist. But I'm coming to you guys right now because it's important, especially in this day and age, for us to be able to have the conversation of why is arts education so important nowadays, specifically for our young people. So I'm an artist. I've been a professional artist now for over 15 years of my life. Always been an entrepreneur pretty much all of my life. But I've always been a creative individual. I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and my father was the first one to give me the opportunity to see how art has a tool to be able to change lives. I didn't know that I was an artist. I knew I was different, just like some of the young people that might be in your life. But through art and through creativity gave me an outlet to be able to find myself. You know, some people paint pretty pictures and they use art just as a vessel to be able to create. But for me, it gave me a reason. It gave me a why, a reason to wake up every morning. Because I was homeless when I was 15 years old. I lost my mother when I was 12. And I was dealing with a lot of trials and tribulations in my life growing up. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I didn't grow up poor, but I didn't grow up rich. I didn't grow up having the good things that some of the other kids that I went to school with did. And I remember feeling bullied, and I remember feeling different. But let me tell you something, art changed that. Not only did I have my father who was an art educator, but I remember the first time that I walked into a school and I felt like I could belong. And that was because that I had an art teacher that cared more than just enough. See, I'm the end result of art education working. I'm the end result of a young person who could have easily went the negative route or the positive route. And if it wasn't for creativity, if it wasn't for an art educator, if it wasn't for somebody who gave me a reason why to keep pushing, a reason why to keep living, a reason why to keep giving, I wouldn't be here. See, easily, I am supposed to be a statistic. A lot of my friends, a lot of my young homies that I used to kick it with growing up, a lot of my teenage friends are incarcerated or dead. So for me, art education is not just about painting pretty pictures. It's not just about the end result of creating artwork or creating music or creating a dance or doing theater. For me, art is a necessary tool because just like I was a young person who was lost, academically, no one could grab me. But art grabbed me. An art educator grabbed me. Someone cared. So I'm here to be an advocate and to be proactive to be able to say that not only has art changed my life, but it has an opportunity to change your life or some young person in your life. So let's go ahead and band together and use art as a tool to keep educating and use art as a tool to keep inspiring the next generation. This is your artist, Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCray. And remember, my motto is to live, to create, to inspire. Art education is important. Save the arts. Save the arts.
It's been so long since I saw your face, felt your skin and your embrace. As the tide goes out and the moon will hide.
Wow, arts and education, right? We always got to be able to make sure that we keep ourselves creatively educated, right? So let me go ahead and show you guys how to be able to take some graffiti, hip-hop lettering, mix it in with the scribble design and the scribble style that I showed you guys on last week's episode. So I'm going to show you guys how to be able to combine those together of graffiti bubbling with scribble outline. Check out this incredible video. All right, guys, so today we're going to do a graffiti bubble letter along with the scribbles. So we're going to have a pencil, an eraser. We got a little purple marker we're going to use, and we're going to show you guys how to do that. All right, we're going to start off first with just a pencil and we're gonna go ahead and do the outline. So let's do Kim. All right, so K I. Let's go ahead and do all of this capital. So we got the K, I, the M. We're gonna go ahead and block in this K first. Remember I showed you guys the technique of how to be able to do graffiti or block letters or bubble letters. And then the I is gonna be scribble, and the M is gonna be scribble. So this is pretty much giving you your basic placement. Then we're gonna come on in. Got a marker. I'm gonna go ahead and darken up around the edges. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do a drop shadow on the back end. And then with that Kim, I'm gonna show you guys how to do kind of like a bubble scribble. So you already got the scribble there. Right, we're gonna go ahead and take our marker, and we're just gonna outline around the edges of the scribble. Okay, we got our outline. We're gonna go ahead and do a drop shadow on the back end of that. Give it a little bit of definition, 3D look. All right, guys. So the next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is do a nice little outline around everything. We can even go ahead and throw some little bubble clouds around. Okay, so we're looking good. Let's go ahead and do some drifts. Yeah, we can also go ahead and do a couple little hip-hop stars.
Okay. So this is just giving you guys a basic way of being able to collaborate the scribble with your graffiti letters. Kind of gives it a different dimension. We're going to go ahead and shading in these drop shadows. The cool thing about graffiti lettering, you can kind of do it however you want to do it. Make up your own style. I'm going to do some little effects in the inside of it. A couple bubbles. Do some blocks, do some cubes. Little corners. Squiggly lines. Come back again and do some shading on this drop shadow. Give it a little bit of dimension. Let's do a little bling. Alright guys, I was able to show you guys how to do. We got the graffiti bubble letters with the scribble outline, kind of bubble scribble. We're going to take our eraser and then you can just erase all of that pencil on the inside. Now if you wanted to come in and do a little bit more graphics, feel free to go ahead and add some more graphics and some more designs into your lettering. This is all just meant to kind of get you guys creatively started, and then from there you guys can kind of go. Alright, there we go.
Hey guys, we was able to go ahead and show you guys how to mix in the scribble with the graffiti bubble lettering. Pretty dope technique, right? So I want you to make sure that you go home and practice that. Take your time. It's going to be a lot of practice. Make sure you got the right tools that you need to do to be able to help create and take your creativity to the next level, right? I'm going to show you guys how I was able to use hip-hop graffiti lettering inside this project that I did for a technology company called Codify. Check this out. we got a pair of Timberland boots, or Timberland style boots. The name that we're going to put on here is Brooklyn, and the colors we're going to use are pink, purple, blue. So the first base we're going to put down is a white base, just so we're able to kind of get the fundamentals of where the letters are going to go. Come through and kind of darken it up with the white. The next step that I'm going to do is take my fluorescent pink and fade it directly over top of the white base. Okay, now, so I'm going to go ahead and take some blue. I did the gradient fade at the bottom of the letters, and then I'm going to come in and do some nice detail work. So now I'm using my favorite color, purple, just to be able to make things stand out a little bit and give it a nice, bold, clean look. Alright, next I got my opaque white ready to rock. I'm going to go ahead and do an outline around the whole letters to give it a nice highlight and pop. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and take my opaque black, do a nice beautiful bold black outline around the whole letters. I even came back through, did a nice drop shadow just so the letters can be able to pop off the boot.
Are you excited?
Very excited.
Excellent. Are you glad to meet these students?
I am always glad when we come to performance.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right, today we have a very, very special guest, actually a famous guest. We just got really lucky, really blessed from the Fine Arts Department downtown, Miss Beverly Fletcher. We had an opportunity to get this guest to be able to talk to you guys about his inspirational story. He came from a background where he was homeless, used to live in an abandoned building, and through art and inspiration through many people, you Google him, he's the man. He's the man when it comes to art. He's also an author of books, and he's here just to tell you his story on how no matter what your circumstances are, you can do it. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the airbrush assassin, Mr. Malcolm McRae.
How y'all doing? I said, how y'all doing? Ooh, y'all crunk this morning. Okay, turn it up. All right. So before we get into it a little bit, we're going to just kind of take our time, let everybody get seated. What was that little chant y'all just did representing the school? What was that? I like it, that. Tell me how to do that. Come on up, come on up. We're gonna do that chant again. I like that. Y'all ready? What's your name? We're gonna have Marcus represent, all right? I said, all right?
All right.
All right, Marcus. You ready? Hold on, do we gotta do the hands up? Put the hands up. We gotta do the whole thing. What does this mean? Quiet? Focus? All right, now come on, hands up, hands up. Let's represent. See, I come from up north. I ain't never seen nothing like this. I was geeked when I seen y'all representing.
Wedgwood! 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 Wedgwood!
Redwood! Ooh! Howard! Give them a round of applause for coming up here and representing. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a free t-shirt. Here you go. This is for you, man. All right, y'all jealous. Hold on, we just not getting started. Hold on. Y'all want some free stuff? I told you, y'all want some free stuff? Okay. So let me explain to y'all.
A lot of them, they're really excited to see someone who's actually doing it, succeeding, but also how he told his story from when he was a kid and he hustled then to now, and it's like he's not lazy. And that one of the kids, they also need to take ownership. And I think he is a great example of taking ownership of everything in his life and doing good, getting it back. I think the kids became more engaged and enthralled and thought, I want to do this. Yeah. So for me, to have another avenue of art that they can do would be great. I think it really helped them get excited.
I think so too.
Again, Malcolm McRae, airbrush assassin. I travel all over the country using art, using creativity, using my story together to inspire young people just like you. And my journey started off when I was a little younger than some of you guys.
Thank you so much because you really inspired me and motivated me to do a lot more, especially with art.
Thank you all.
Thank